Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we are going to talk about Zoro inheriting Mihawk's sword. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. But pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel. That way you will join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit or master your favorite haki. It would also help our crew a lot if you leave your thumbs up on today's video, so together we can become Yonkos. Now let's continue with today's video. Zoro is just a few steps away from achieving his dream as the greatest swordsman in the world. But it may be that for that moment to come, we don't just need to see him become the strongest of them all, but he may need a sword that lives up to his power. And cooler than him getting swords over arcs from extras, it would be pretty interesting if he inherited it from some important character who is also important to him. Imagine if he was able to do this by defeating Mihawk. What if the character ended up dying and he could inherit his sword as a representation of his new position? What would that be like? How powerful is Mihawk today, and how useful would his sword in Zoro's hands be? Let's talk about all of this in today's video. Until their recent dissolution, the Seven Sea Warlords represented one of the most formidable political forces in One Piece. Their ranks included notorious pirates who provided their services to the world government in exchange for the freezing of their bounties. There were a total of 11 pirates known to hold the title, and the first to be introduced was Dracula Mihawk. Mihawk, also known by the epithet Hawkeyes, is famous for being the strongest swordsman in the world of One Piece. He is one of the few pirates in the series who prefers to operate alone and has no crew. This has not proven to be a major disadvantage. However, Mihawk was introduced as the man who single-handedly decimated the entire fleet of the notorious East Blue pirate, Don Krieg. Mihawk later revealed that he attacked Krieg's fleet on the Grand Line and chased them back to East Blue just to kill time, and managed to defeat Zoro easily and cut Krieg's flagship in half before leaving of his own accord. Mihawk's preferred weapon in battle is the giant black sword Yoru, which is taller than Mihawk himself. He tends to wield it with both hands. Mihawk's immaculate fencing is the result of a few factors. Mihawk possesses immense strength and superhuman speed, as well as incredible reflexes. He also possesses excellent vision, able to accurately aim at Luffy across an active battlefield. By using Yoru in battle, Mihawk is able to cut through huge ships or mountains of ice with ease. The compressed air released as a result of these blows can travel great distances. Mihawk is also capable of incredibly precise blade work. He can alter the trajectory of bullets or cut several moving cannonballs in half. Mihawk regularly coats Yoru with armament haki to make him even stronger, a technique he eventually taught Zoro. The source of Mihawk's power is unknown, although it is implied that he achieved his strength as a result of a natural talent and not through the power of devil fruit. Mihawk is also known for his intelligence and is especially good at detecting potential in people. He was one of the first to identify Luffy's charisma as his greatest asset. Despite being seen fighting several times, measuring Mihawk's strength is difficult because he almost always has the upper hand against those he fights and is one of the few characters who has never taken damage at any point in the series. Of course, that fact alone speaks to Mihawk's frightening ability. Mihawk is probably the strongest member of the Seven Warlords. The best indication of Mihawk's strength is that he was a longtime rival of Yonko Shanks, a fellow swordsman, before the latter lost an arm. As a Yonko, Shanks is one of the most powerful pirates in the world and has a bounty of over 4 billion berry. The fact that Mihawk was once Shanks' rival means that he rivals Yonko in power, a rare quality among the Seven Warlords. Among their past and present ranks, only Blackbeard, who has since become a Yonko, and Trafalgar Law, who defeated Big Mom alongside Eustaskid, can claim to be the same. In fact, Mihawk's lack of status as a Yonko is probably only due to his lack of crew and solitary lifestyle. Two other warlords, Jin and Don Quixote Flaming O, were canonically subordinate to Big Mom and Koidu, respectively. The dissolution of the Seven Warlords system means that the 5 remaining members, including Mihawk, are once again wanted criminals, and Mihawk was last seen fleeing a fleet of Navy ships. Given his sheer power, it is highly unlikely that he was ever caught, and there is a reasonable chance that he will appear again later in the series. This is due to the fact that defeating him is Zoro's life goal, and his absence would leave that dream unresolved. Mihawk is known as the strongest swordsman in the world because of his unmatched skill with the sword. His vast mastery in fencing surpasses even the skill level of his former rival Shanks, one of the 4 Sea Emperors. He was also able to effortlessly defeat Zoro, a swordsman who was known throughout East Blue 2 years earlier with a single knife. Mihawk's fencing is extremely versatile. He can create immensely powerful air slashes that are capable of destroying gigantic ships and huge icebergs from great distances using strong blade fencing, and he can deflect the course of bullets with masterful and graceful precision using gentle blade fencing. He is also able to cut steel with extreme ease and precision, as demonstrated with the steel body Mr. 1, whom even Zoro struggled to defeat. Mihawk is also a talented teacher, as shown by Zoro's significant improvement from training with him for 2 years, which is more than the dojo taught him in the many years he trained there. Zoro himself admitted that even after training with Mihawk, he is still nowhere near his skill level as a swordsman, further attesting to Mihawk's combat and fighting prowess. Mihawk wields one of the 12 ultimate blades, the black blade Yoru, as his primary weapon. Yoru is a curved single-edged black blade in the shape of a Latin cross, with a gold crossguard decorated by red kabikons, which are blue and green in the anime, and a bandage-draped hilt with a particularly large cabochon at its end. When he accepts challenges for his title, he only draws this blade for those with enough spirit to earn Mihawk's respect, or enough power to pose a threat. Otherwise, his kogatana is sufficient. Mihawk also has a cross-shaped knife that he wears as a pendant around his neck called a kogatana. He is shown using it as a tool for eating, but combined with his supreme sword skills, it is also a deadly weapon capable of defeating any lesser or moderately skilled swordsman, even Zoro, a swordsman who wielded 3 blades during the duel. According to Mihawk, it is the smallest blade in his possession. Mihawk's special sword, Yoru, could be passed on to Zoro after his death. We know that a big war is coming to One Piece very soon, and it sure would be interesting to have some great losses in the story, and among them the great swordsman himself. Yoru is one of the strongest swords in the world, ranked as one of the 12 supreme grade swords. It is a black blade that currently belongs to Dracula Mihawk, the world's strongest swordsman. As a supreme grade sword, Yoru is among the strongest and highest quality swords ever created, and is considered a weapon fit for the world's greatest swordsman. As a black blade, even more so the strongest in the world, it is durable enough that not even a dinosaur stepping on it would cause someone to bend a millimeter. Through Mihawk's unmatched fencing, Yoru produces immense power, with its owner easily splitting large structures, from a war galleon to a huge mountain of ice, with just single blows of the blade. His blows unleash incredibly powerful shockwaves of compressed air in the anime, appearing as light green energy waves that can travel long distances while retaining their full cutting power, even hundreds of feet away. However, while potentially carrying such phenomenal strength, Yoru is also gentle enough for Mihawk to deflect the course of bullets aimed at him with just a light touch of the blade and send out incredibly accurate, well-placed flying booms that can pose a threat from any distance. This occurs despite Yoru's great weight, inferred by his great size, as Mihawk brandishes the sword effortlessly with either one or both hands, as if it were a mere extension of his arms. If Zoro could receive this power in his hands, we would certainly have a remarkable scene for the story. With Mihawk's Yoru sword, Zoro could officially become the greatest swordsman in the world and achieve his dream, even if in the process he would end up losing his rival and mentor. But what about you? Do you think Zoro would deserve to carry Yoru? Would it be an interesting scene? Or maybe we could have a different ending? Leave your opinion in the comments. That's it, my Straw Hat Pirate. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.